Okay, I'm going to take a little more of the Van Dyke brown and make a darker color. And let's go right up in here and let's just begin adding some shadows in here.
Hello and welcome everybody to A Tribute to Mastery. Today we will be using white, yellow, blue, red, green, and brown. But let's go ahead and jump right into it. And of course, this is my series where I recreate paintings by famous people. Well, not even necessarily paintings. It's just that happens to be what we're doing right now. We recreate art stuff here as like, a tribute to mastery. And what I'm doing here is we're recreating yet another Bob Ross painting. So this painting, the sky is going to be a little bit different than usual. And then we're going to go on this side and we're going to create another stripe here. We're not painting the entire sky. We're just doing these sort of weird little stripe things. And what are they going to turn into? I'm not sure yet. We'll just have to wait and find out. And then we're going to go in about here, and we're going to start adding in what I think is going to turn into water. You can add a little bit of water from our little bucket to clean our water out, or clean our brush out. You can use it to make it flow a little bit easier. Maybe add a little bit so that it's darker near the middle. And then of course we can go over and just sort of smooth all this out, get rid of any remaining little paint markings or brush strokes, making sure it's all relatively uniform. We're making sure to blend all this together. Some parts are going to be darker than others, but that's kind of the idea. And if one part's being difficult, just go back and forth and it should smooth itself out, more or less. Down here where I live, we got the most beautiful skies. These can be a bit, skies themselves can be a bit bipolar, where it'll rain pretty much every day for 2 weeks on and off, and then suddenly it just won't rain for a month. And then other times it'll be practically freezing at the beginning of the week, and by the end of it it's 80 degrees, and it's just wow. Another 2 weeks out of the year where it's some of the most beautiful weather in the entire country, and you would have people that would they could only dream of having it that nice. But then the rest of the time it's either really, really hot or pretty cold but not snowing, so what's the point? So we're gonna want to go in with a bit of brown and a bit of blue, mix it in, make this sort of halfway grayish color, and then we're gonna mix in the tiniest bit of yellow and also red. Make this really, really nice sort of neutral brown color. You want plenty of it on our edge here and stuff, and we're going in here and we're creating what's gonna become a mountain. So we need plenty of space to work with. If we need more, we can go back and get some. His mountains have always been something that I really like about his paintings, just because they always look so good, even though mine never quite look like that. And it can be a little bit, makes you wonder, what the heck is he doing that I'm not? That sort of thing. For one, he's using a different kind of paint, which probably helps with that. Oil paint works very different than acrylic paint. Oil paint is very firm, while acrylic paint not so much, sadly. And we're going to want it to go all the way out here. So we're just going to pull this down a bit. We're just using the paint that we have on our canvas to drag this down a bit. You are going to want to be wary though, because while doing this it can be very easy to accidentally touch the canvas. And then all of a sudden, you got paint all over your hands. And we're just cleaning out our brush so that we can mix the colors what we want. So we're going to use this, just using the paint that's already here, and we're just going to pull this down. We want it all to be more or less going the same direction, because your brush strokes, they tell a story. You can easily push parts of this into the background or in the foreground, all because of the way that you're pulling your brush. Easy way to do this, especially if you want to get some really good, really distinct markings, is you want to use the side of the brush, just like this. Use the I don't know exactly what to call it, but the long side. You could do it like that. You use the face of the brush, do it. But then it creates, it doesn't mix the colors in quite the same way. That's the only thing. I'm trying to make these distinct, so just going in here, trying to get rid of any of what may be left with these little parts that sort of just go off. We don't want that necessarily. And now we're gonna take some white and we're gonna mix that into here, that brownish color, and we can go, say about here. We can use it, and we already have add some color variation, just like this. And we do want the colors to marble and stuff. You don't want it to be pure white. You want the colors to break and mix together and all that. Very easily use it to pull down and just add some more detail to it. You don't want to do it for the whole thing, just a bit. So you can go here with it, here, and then we can add it here too. Okay, we need more color. You can even use a little bit of just straight white so that it'll mix with the colors, and it works just fine, especially when you scrape it like this. Then we can go with a bit of the darker color, and we can maybe just, in where we don't have the white, we can go in and we can add some dark. Just like that, we pull in some shadows, just like this. We go all in right in this part here. And maybe here at the bottom, we can go in here and we're just pulling this down, making this a bit softer, maybe getting rid of some of these smudge marks, make the whole thing sort of halfway blend together. And even for this part specifically, you can go in and drag it across, you can make some misty bits. Gotta be careful. Just like that. Maybe we can take our fan brush and go in with a little bit of green, and we can go in just about anywhere where we've got these color gaps with the darkness, and we can just go in. We don't want too much on our brush, but we want to just sort of blend it down. Maybe that's why it's darker. A little bit of like valley here and all that. Beautiful. Absolutely. Smaller as we go down. We can do the exact same thing here too. I do kind of like this idea where it's this whole mountain range and we got like some forests going on and all that, all these distinct areas. It really makes this whole thing, like, puts it into perspective, makes it look way bigger than it may have originally been. You know, just in general, if you have an image of something, it looks fine, but then you put an object next to it to scale, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wow. That's a really good technique for these types of paintings because you might have some water going on, but then if you put a little tiny tree right next to it, it's like, oh wow, that thing is huge in comparison, and your brain is only sort of halfway able to comprehend what it's looking at. These trees, they don't have to be super distinct. They're literally just little marks of paint, and they come out of your brush really easily. Okay, we need more up here. Because they're so far away, we don't need a ton of detail for them. I wanted to go ahead and thank everybody that's been sticking around and watching these videos as they come out. I've been getting a lot of growth recently, and that's something that I really appreciate. It means I can keep doing this, and people will presumably keep watching. And now we're going to go in with our brown-white color mixture, mix in a bit of green into there, and a bit of red, but mostly we want these few dark colors. I'll mix in some yellow too. More green. This needs to be more green. We're going to go in about here, and we're going to start adding what's going to become just some background colors. One thing you got to keep in mind with this sort of thing is that a lot of this detail is going to be, like, even if it doesn't look so great now, it will look better in the future once we add more stuff. Because, I don't know, there's just something about it. Like, if I have some trees here in the back, they look just okay. But then I add a tree in the front that sort of draws your attention. All of a sudden, it looks really way better. And it's legitimately impressive. And it's something that I really enjoy about painting. Just that moment when you're doing something and you're thinking, maybe I shouldn't have done that. But then you add more to it, and it's like, oh, okay, never mind, I'm good at this. It's a bit like regular drawing, where you got like a sketch of maybe a face or a head, and you think, oh no, I'm so bad at drawing. I should have never become an artist. I'm so bad at this. Oh no. But then but then about 30 minutes later, and you're still working on it, and you realize, oh, okay, never mind, I'm good at it. I just needed to trust the process. Trusting the process is very important. One of the hardest times to trust the process is when you're the one that's doing the work. At least if you're watching somebody do it, you at least can have sort of the idea that you know what they're doing. But with yourself, it's very easy to doubt yourself because you know you better than anyone else. And if you have insecurities or doubts, then that's all you'll be able to think about. It's the same way with drawing specific characters or like original ones that have very specific looks to them. You might be drawing them and think, oh, this is so inaccurate. I'm so bad at this. But then by the time that you add all the little details and stuff, it's like, okay, yeah, that's them. That's the little guy that lives in my head. That's exactly what they look like, and I'm good at this. I just need to trust myself. And we're gonna mix in a little bit of orange, or well, technically red and yellow. I'm just gonna mix that in here, make the colors pop a little bit more, and we can even put a little bit going up in here. Why not? Not on all of them. No, don't want this to be exact, because nature tends to be somewhat random. Like you're not gonna have exactly 12 leaves that go all in the exact same direction. No, you're gonna have a few leaves that go one way or another. Your brain doesn't comprehend that as natural, because that's not natural. And we can even go in here and create a little bit of a bay area, maybe? Something for it to stand on. Not quite all the way down, but most of the way. We're gonna wanna get as much water and paint out of our brush as possible so that the colors don't mix, because we're gonna wanna make some water next, but if we do it wrong, it could kill it, make it or break it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our brush mostly clean, and then we can test that by flicking it against something or getting some of the water out of it. And if it's mostly clear and it doesn't like stain the thing or whatever, and you can actually see through it, then that's more relatively clean. So we're gonna go in with some water, and this is kind of what we want, because now we're gonna go in here and we're going to drag these colors down. We're gonna be careful with this though, because it's very wet and it can easily flick things out. Yeah, we're wanting to do this and bring these colors down. But because of how liquidy it is, it ends up flowing very much like actual water. And it ends up working in our favor. I don't want to do it too much, but yeah, you do kind of want, okay. And all of a sudden, it looks like water. That's because it's actually water. And assuming that you don't mess with that part, and it stays more or less exactly that way, it'll dry, and the paint will stay there, and all of a sudden, boom, you've got some, like, 10 out of 10 reflections, especially once we add some more detail. We're gonna wanna go in with some green and yellow especially, maybe mix them together a bit, more yellow, make this lime green color. We're just gonna go in here, and we can add plenty of it to our greenery in here. Just not everywhere, just certain spots. We can even go in with a bit of brown and just pull in some branches sticking out of the tops of these trees and stuff. Not everywhere, just some places, especially the places here where the colors are lighter. Be careful though, the paint's still wet, so it's very easy to accidentally mix the colors. But if you do this properly, it'll look really good. We have all sorts of fun things sticking out here. Kind of look like pincers, like they're just reaching up over and out. It's fun. Now we can go in with a bit of straight brown, get as much as we can on this so that it doesn't break up too much. And we're just gonna add the barrier between the ground and the water. And then of course the next step is to go in here and add our water lines. We want a bunch of little ones that are all going the same direction, just like this. Here, add some little ones that are cutting across like this. It's quite fun actually. And maybe we are going in with our brown and green and stuff, and maybe there's a big tree that lives up here. Yeah, mix in a little bit of water in there, make it flow easier. That'll be a big tree, and come down to about here. Just in here, we're going to cover up this area with our leaves, some yellow green. And yes, we are covering up some of our hard done work, but that's okay. Because the whole thing about this painting style is making up, just layering. You have where the stuff is, and then you have the stuff that's underneath it. And it's carefully thought out, and it's beautiful. And I am so proud of everybody that's following along, or at least trying to, with my kind of, I don't want to say nonsensical, just directions, but they're very casual, and I'm just kind of doing this as it goes. And I can't tell, I don't know if you can tell, but this is more or less unscripted. Like, I'm not reading off of a teleprompter or anything like that. I'm just kind of speaking my mind. Did you know that I've been to Disney World 12 times in my life? Yeah, for a long time, up until I turned about 13, we went to Disney World in Florida like every year, pretty much. I didn't go when I was 1, but every year after that, after I was 2, we went. We can go in here and we can just drag this part down a bit. Maybe yeah, like that. And we'll just drag this down here. Maybe mix in a bit of our brown, more brown, right in here. And we're gonna go in here with a bit of a water line just in here. And we don't need like a ton of this, but we're gonna mix some red and some brown together, thin that out a little bit. And we can start going through here and creating some branches and a trunk for this tree. You can have it be Robert. Hello, Robert. Welcome back. Having the trunk be reddish makes it stand out a bit more because of the contrast. Makes it easier to see than if it was a dark green, which you could technically do. That could be cool. Makes me wonder if we should do a painting that's like all green or something like that. Probably not, because we do plenty of paint. We can drop this down just like that. I know this does look a little bit awkward, but you know what? That's okay. We're just doing our best here. We can even go in here and using white, and we're adding a little bit more of a difference between these two areas, just a bit. We're gonna go in here just a bit with mostly green, and we're just gonna go in here, add the reflections a bit. Don't need too much though. And now we're gonna want to go in with our fan brush, get plenty of white paint here, and we can easily go in here, and we're just going to add some ripples and stuff and little details for our water, because water is typically not very stagnant, and even if it is, you can still see little bits of things in and on the water. So we're adding some foam and just in general some little imperfections, because if you look at a glass of water, then yeah, it's going to be very, very clear, very perfect. But lake water and stuff like that is not. It's typically dirty and green and just in general not 100% still, and you can 100% see the bottom. No. It's going to look more like this than anything. Now what I think we're going to do is we're going to go in with some brown, and about here we're going to add in some trees. Like some really tall trees that are just sticking straight up. You even have one coming out this way. Two. Have one coming out here from behind this other tree. One that's going over here. Now we're just going to go in with our liner brush, and we're going to give it some branches, make it look more like a tree and less like electricity poles, which I can't quite remember the name of. Electric poles, you know, the ones on the wire. It's quite nice, I would say. And it's very easy to just cut through the paint like this, especially when some of this paint is mostly dry. These trees look nice. Kind of looks like they're waving to each other. Maybe they're friends. Maybe Robert's the big guy over here, and then there's the other ones, and they're gallivanting and fraternizing and talking and having fun, while Robert is over here thinking he's too cool. That's not right, Robert. Lighten up, Robert. You can give this one some branches that halfway look like antlers. The infamous deer tree with big antlers and weird limbs that come out from the sides and they swoop and they curve, and I'm not sure exactly how they're being held up. They look very thin, but that's okay. The deer tree listens to no man, or woman for that matter, or anyone else. No adult, no child, no one. Absolutely no one. This looks like the type of tree that you'd see in a movie that has a scary forest scene and all the trees look like they're reaching out to grab you. Kind of looks like those types of trees. I wonder if that's like a specific type of tree that people have actually seen, or if it's more just drawn up and played for the dramatics. I don't know. It's a fun trope I keep seeing, though. Or at least you would see it over stuff. Alright, now, why don't we go in with our red? And we're gonna go ahead and let's give these trees some color to make one side. Okay, yeah, I may have given myself a lot of work here. Just put here, and we can just, okay. Maybe I won't worry about doing this for the branches. Maybe I will like a little bit, but not too much. I can do the same thing for this tree, this big guy. Now we're just having fun and giving these trees some life to them. Makes you wonder what kind of colors all these trees are when you really shine some light on them. Are they this purplish color? Are they... Actually, you know what? We're gonna go in and we're gonna do a yellowish on this side. Still kind of reddish because we haven't cleaned off our palette knife, but that's okay. Honestly, you could use just about any color for these sides, and people will kind of just go with it. Not necessarily all the time. But this is a way that you're able to be creative with it. Choose your favorite colors. It's good if they contrast or complement though, or have some sort of like they have some sort of relationship, like purple and yellow, or green and red. Yellow and red are tertiary colors, I believe. So that's a free color lesson for today. Color theory, I mean. We just have fun here. But every now and then you might learn something. It's a good reason to keep checking in. Because learning something new every day, it's good for the mind. Okay, I think that's about all that we can really add here without making it super cluttered or anything. So I think we're going to stop here. Well, not necessarily stop quite here, because we still have to sign the painting. And like always, I'm going to find somewhere to sign it. And your job is going to be to try and figure out where that is. Okay, that's going to be it for this painting here. I think we did a good job, and I ended up having a lot of fun doing all the fancy trees and stuff, and obviously the mountain too. So, I want to thank you all again for subscribing, all the people that have, because I've gotten a lot of growth these last few days. I've only been doing this for a couple weeks now, but I've gotten so much growth in the past week or so, and it's really nice. It makes me feel like this is a good thing to keep doing. So if you want to keep seeing more paintings and stuff, want me to keep going, making daily content more or less, then please be sure to subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Seriously, I would love it if you would let me know in the comments. And I will see you all next time. Alright, this is the Painter, signing off. Alright, so long.